Dikira aku bakal naik motornya. Paksakan naik motor dikit. Aku ngerasa banget gitu. Beli barang motor. Terus minta maaf
Hi, welcome back to Talk Spirit. Today we're going to be diving into a Japanese healing practice, Reiki, that has gained attention from many people around the world. And we have special guest, Katherine, who is a master Reiki healer who specializes in inner child healing. Hi, how are you, Katherine?
I'm doing good. How are you, Ginny?
I'm really, really good. I'm really, really good. So I think there's people who truly believe in Reiki, and then we have our skeptics with Reiki here. Like we have the people that are very skeptical or the people who feel that it's evil or woo woo. But I know that Reiki has, been studied scientifically, has been studied in many different studies of showing how it helps relaxation, that it's helped promote healing, it's helped promote, just a overall relaxation and balanced energy. Um, what made you get into Reiki?
Well, I feel like I've always had this healing energy like throughout my
Yeah.
whole life, but I never really like knew how to embrace this part of myself. So in terms of like Reiki, I didn't know what that Reiki existed until probably a few years ago when I actually experienced it. And to be honest, I was actually a first hand skeptic as well. Like I was all about logic. I wanted to see the proof all the time. A long time ago, of course. But when I actually experienced Reiki, everything changed for me. Like I was going through a lot of rough things at the time. Like I was getting out of a relationship and like career-wise it was just also rocky. It was just at a point where I was at rock bottom. And I didn't know why, but I felt this nudge to research some spiritual, like something deeper that I wanted to get into. And I chose, like, I searched up Reiki and I saw Reiki on Google and I was like, oh, what's this? So I did my research and I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like, I think I want to try this more. So I experienced Reiki firsthand and everything changed for me. I also want to share this story with you. Right before I had my Reiki session, I had a Kundalini awakening.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a spiritual awakening it was actually really painful. It was actually really painful. I woke up screaming in the middle of the morning. Like I was just screaming, feeling a lot of emotional and mental pain, which eventually manifested into something physically painful. And my partner at the time didn't know what was going on. He was kind of freaking out. And I was freaking out because I didn't know what was going on. But I had a Kundalini awakening. And that was when I reached out to like a Reiki practitioner. And I also reached out to you too as my
I
psychic.
remember.
I didn't tell you this, but now you know. That was like the whole reason why I reached out, because I knew that this was something deeper. I knew that this was just something beyond what was going on. And I chose to just experience something deeper so I can figure out what was going on. So I reached out to you, a Reiki healer, a few practitioners, and I felt like I woke up from the Matrix pretty much. like seriously, that's just how it felt when I did Reiki, and
Yeah.
that's when it all changed for me.
My story is very, very similar. I went down a spiritual journey. It was after my divorce. And it kind of I had always been like a psychic medium. Those abilities had always been there, but I suppressed them through
Mhm.
my marriage. And then it's from there, it just, I was pushed, I was nudged, I was saved by spirit. I was pushed down that journey, and
Yeah.
that's how I went down my journey. Very, very similar. Um, so some people with the Kundalini awakening, do you feel that this would be something similar to like the dark night of the soul um, situation? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Like it was such a deep dark hole that I just didn't know what to do, and I didn't know why I was feeling that way, which was even the worst feeling. Like when you don't know what's going on, you're kind of like in that headspace where you're kind of desperate for answers, right? But after
right.
like talking to my Reiki practitioner, talking to you and a couple other spiritual practitioners, I this is crazy because all of you guys are from different cities, even countries, and you guys all concluded one exact fact, that this was something beyond my control. And I was like, at the time, I was living a life that I wasn't supposed to live. I was also suppressing my emotions. I was suppressing everything, actually. I was suppressing all
Right.
my healing abilities, my authenticity, everything that I was supposed to be, until I talked to you, until I talked to a Reiki practitioner. You guys all pretty much opened my eyes, because you guys all concluded one thing, that I was meant to be the strong, intuitive healer that I'm supposed to be. And I wasn't embracing that. I was not, until I was just like, wow, how can all these beautiful women tell me the exact same thing from different areas? And it's because of its energy. Like energy
Right.
doesn't lie. And the fact that you guys all concluded that like blew my mind. And that's when I knew. That's when I knew that when I woke up from that matrix, or however you guys want to call it, dark night of the soul, the Kundalini awakening, that darkness pretty much saved my life. Like truly.
So a lot of people say that this spiritual practice with Reiki actually helps you reconnect with your intuition.
Yes.
It awakens that part
Mm.
of you. There's a lot of people who will get Reiki sessions, and it will often awaken them to their own intuition, to their own powers, to their own abilities. So it sounds like that's exactly what happened with you, is that it exploded, like, your intuition, it awakened you, and this is
Yeah.
actually something that, if you research, is something that happens to many people.
Mm.
It helps, it's like empowerment, transformation. So Reiki is beyond just, I feel it's beyond just, you know, someone getting like relaxation, even though that's a huge powerful part of it. In my practice, the way I do it is I guide people through like a meditative state and have them visualize different things, cutting cords, and I customize like those different things. And so for you, you specialize in like inner child healing. So what does that look like?
So each client, when they come in, they have different intentions, right? They come in with different types of energies, whether it's energies that are stagnant, or energies that are blocked, or energies that are just so activated that it needs grounding, right? So I pretty much have the client lay down, relax. And for me, during my sessions in the beginning, I would kind of talk them through what's going on, and kind of have them imagine also sitting next to their higher self and their inner child, because I could
Okay.
easily sense everybody's inner child. Like they come to me very quickly, very easily, actually. And every time I tap into the client's energies, easily the inner child just comes to me. And it's amazing because these, like, everybody's inner child, they're so different. Some of them are actually wise, like they're so wise. And then some inner child just needs, a little bit more attention, or just needs that unconditional love from their selves. And so when I tap in, that's what I pretty much do. Like, I pretty much make sure that all of their chakras are aligned, but also while I do so, sometimes their inner child would come in, their higher self, or even some of their spirit guides, and they would pretty much tell me, whatever messages that the client needs to hear during that time, because they know they can handle it. They always have to hear what they need to hear, not always what they want to hear. It's always what they need to hear for their higher selves, because their higher self and the universe pretty much knows what they need at that time in order to achieve their highest good. So that's what I pretty much do. And the inner child is pretty much part of that process.
And I'm going to put your website below, which is katholistic.healing.com, if anyone wants to book with her on a session like that. What type of misconceptions do you feel people have about Reiki?
So lately, I've been receiving clients who would ask me, what type of energy should I come in, And I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, just come as you are. You don't have to come perfect. You don't have to come with good vibes only, because there's no such thing. Like, we
Right.
both have just energies the way we are now, and that's enough. Like, in fact, like, I always encourage my clients, like, if you want, give me your worst selves. Like, let me show you how beautiful your shadows can be, because I truly don't believe that it's always coming from light when it comes to healing. For my sessions, I like to emphasize that embracing both the light and the dark should be part of the healing process, because that's pretty much balancing the yin and the yang, so we can be our whole selves. And I feel like that's sort of like one of the common misconceptions clients have, like, oh, I should always arrive good. I should always arrive with, like, just right. I should arrive right. It's like, no, just come as you are. You're exactly enough as you are, wherever you are in this journey that you have in your life right now. And I will show you how to unconditionally love that part of yourself at that time.
I think a lot of that comes from the toxic positivity that's pushed into the spiritual community. I'm real with this kind of stuff, but I think there's a lot of like, we need to always be, in a great mood, or we need to always be positive. We need to always be thinking positive. But, and of course we do need to manage our thoughts. We do need to try to change our energy so that our outside reflects that. But everyone has a dark side, and everyone has thoughts that creep in. And I feel like, making people feel bad about having those thoughts is just toxic. It's like a toxic thing. Like someone feeling like, I have to go to the Reiki session like with good energy. Well, the whole point of the Reiki session is to help change your energy. And it's okay to show up, like you said, as your worst version of yourself. So yeah, I think that's pushed from that toxic positivity that's pushed into the spiritual community.
Yeah, like, we're not perfect. We're all a work in progress. Like, seriously, like, there's really no right or wrong way. It's just Reiki sessions are meant to provide the safe space for you to be your authentic self, to fully accept the light and the dark sides of yourself. Because I feel like shadow work, I love shadow work personally. I mean, in the beginning, it was a little difficult, obviously, right? Like any skill that you start off, it's going to get a little uncomfortable. But once you start being consistent with it, it's actually a really beautiful thing. Like, your shadows are there for a reason. It's not there to be suppressed. It's not there to be forgotten. It's been there, like, waiting for you to show them unconditional love. And, a lot of inner child healing. I mean, that's why I specialize in it, because a lot of people abandon their inner child a lot. And it's like, they're just there waiting for you, to be open to receiving, or just to be there, like, in presence with them. Because sometimes all these darkness or shadows, I wouldn't say darkness, I would say shadows. All of our shadows would come up for a reason. It's because they want our presence. They want our attention, unconditional love, because for me, I remember in the beginning, I admit that I used to be like a perfectionist, or I used to struggle with perfectionism and thinking, oh my God, I always have to be happy. I always have to be in a good mood so that no one gets mad, whatever. And I'm just like, now thinking back, it's silly, but I'm just like, it's kind of toxic. I love my shadow self. Like, my shadow self actually saved my life because I was able to set boundaries because of my shadow self. My shadow self like brought attention to all these attributes that I have that I suppressed a long time ago, but these attributes are actually really healthy to have, especially now when everyone's just like, very always sucking up everybody's like energies and stuff.
Energy
So
vampires are a real thing.
I know they are.
They really are. They really, really are. So, energy vampires are people that siphon your energy, your life force, and I mean, this can be even relationships that siphon your energy. The other partner will siphon your energy, and they'll show like how, like, a woman, if she's with the wrong man or a man's with the wrong woman, the way they look starts to change and things like that. So this energy vampire thing, totally off subject, but it's something that I just feel is a real thing. And I also feel Reiki can help with that. If you've gotten out of a situation where you feel your energy has been siphoned, Reiki can help you reconnect and regain that energy to help bring that energy back into you, like to reclaim your energy back to you. So Reiki is really good for that. What would you feel that clients report? Like, what are things that clients report after a session? Like, what type of things do they report? Like, do they report like feeling certain things, or, what feedback do you get after someone comes in for a session?
So recently I've had clients where during the session, they would either see colors, like a lot of colors, and usually those colors are from their chakras that I worked on, which is really beautiful. It's a really beautiful experience. I remember a client was like, I saw purple, yellow, red, and it was like in that order. And it was, I kid you not, that was the exact order of chakras that I worked on. So that's one of them. Yes. And then a second, I would have clients tell me, I just saw a vision of a horse like jumping back and forth, and it's like they're all symbolisms, but these symbolisms are there for a reason, because their life is just, at the time that that particular client, he had energies that were very stagnant, but he was a very assertive leader. Like he was a Sagittarius, and he had so much potential as a leader because he just has that natural qualities in him as a Sagittarius. But he was also known to have this stagnant energy where he's kind of passive, like he doesn't know how to take that first step. But he had a vision of this horse just like jumping over him back and forth, waiting for him to make a move, because that's all they need is just that one step. So some clients would see visions. Some clients would tell me they would feel so relaxed after the session. And I've also had clients tell me they actually received even more energy. I remember this one client told me that in the beginning of the session, he was like so exhausted, so exhausted. And after the session, he actually received so much energy that he was like mentally stimulated. Like it felt like there was a rush of energy towards him. And that's what Reiki does. Like we pretty much use the universe life force to realign everybody's like chakras, which is an amazing experience.
Which is an unlimited life force.
It's unlimited.
Yes. What advice would you give someone who is curious but they're skeptical?
So, at least for my particular sessions, like if you don't want to go as deep, there's a particular option where you could just get your chakras realigned and just have a simple Reiki session and then experience it yourself. I think that's my most like authentic advice is to like truly experience it yourself. Like this is a real like beneficial thing. And I also want to mention the MD Anderson cancer research article that I've been seeing.
I'm going to actually
Yes.
that. And yeah, I want to play a video about that. But you can mention it. You can talk about it while I'm looking for the video.
Yes. So MD Anderson, a real cancer research facility who's been known for years to be studying cancer, specifically pancreatic cancer, like the deadliest cancer in the world. They've proven that energy healing is proven effective to influence the pancreatic cancer. Like it reduces the negative effects of pancreatic cancer by like over 50 or 60%. I hope I got that number right. It's been a while since I've read
I
that
believe it was
research paper.
70%.
Was
And
it
this is
over
the one where
70?
they
Oh my God.
tested it on the rats. Is this the one?
Mhm.
Is that the one? Yeah,
Yes.
I
Yes.
have a video of a guy talking about it. I'm going to play the video.
Yes.
Let me see if I
This
can play
is
that.
what in mice after energy healing. And this is not woo-woo fantasy. This study is coming from one of the world's top cancer research centers, showing how energy healing is associated with a 75% reduction in metastatic tumors found in mice liver. So this is my part 1 analysis of a groundbreaking study coming from MD Anderson studying energy healing, or what's called biofield therapy, against pancreatic cancer. And the healing practice they studied was called the Bankston healing method. This is where the practitioner uses a visualization technique where they rapidly cycle through desired mental images of a target. And the intention was to have healed cancer cells. And as you can see here, the practitioner has his hands a couple inches away from the cancer specimen, not touching it. Now here comes the fascinating results, where in the mice that were implanted with pancreatic cancer, those that were treated with biofield therapy, as you see in the green bar here, had about a 50% reduction in the cancer spreading to the liver as compared to the controls. And among the biofield group that did develop liver metastasis, the number of liver tumors found in the biofield group was about 75% less than compared to controls. And researchers pointed out that this effect of biofield therapy actually worked better than gemcitabine, which is a standard chemotherapy agent against pancreatic cancer. I don't know how to emphasize this more, but this is monumental evidence of real cancer being suppressed in a living organism, all from a human being that is standing there with their hands a couple inches away from the cancer specimen and doing a visualization technique. Common phenomenon.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. Isn't that's crazy when you really think about it. So not only is Reiki about energy, the energy was studied to slow down this cancer.
That's
So
amazing.
it shows how
And-
powerful energy truly is.
And this was like released this year in 2026. What an amazing time to be alive for that to come out. Oh
It
my
really
gosh.
is. They had already had Reiki practitioners in a lot of cancer centers that would
Yes.
help people who were undergoing chemotherapy to help them with the pain and things like that. So that was already a thing that was happening in cancer centers. I don't know if you
That's
knew that
amazing.
there's Reiki practitioners that work in these cancer centers that help people undergoing chemotherapy. But this is like a whole new thing to where this energy is actually slowing down the cancer cells.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah, super amazing. So that's something to really put out there for people who are skeptical, people who feel that this is woo woo, or people that feel like Reiki is evil, because we have those kind of people that feel that way. So this is
Yeah.
something that they can look up themselves and see that this is really about energy healing and healing. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything is energy. And a Reiki practitioner is pretty much trained to use that universe life force and their presence and their strong intentions to help you receive what you need to receive, like energy wise. Like energy is just so powerful, so powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to thank you so, so much for coming on and talking with me about Reiki and healing. I really love this episode, as another person who practices Reiki as well. So this is amazing. And again, if you want to get in touch with her, she's at katholistichealing.com. This is for my listeners that can't see this. But yes, thank you so, so much for coming on. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you,
And
Ginny. Thank you
thank
for
you
having me.
to everyone who's listening and tuning in. Until next time,
Bye.
bye.